Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the MA English Cafe. Today, we're diving into a topic that sounds small, but has a massive impact. Micro habits that change everything. Ben, have you ever felt overwhelmed by a big goal? Like it was just too much to start?
Hello there, friends. Jenny, absolutely. I think we all have. Whether it's learning English or getting in shape, those huge goals can feel paralyzing. You look at the mountain and you just don't know where to take the first step. That's where the magic of micro habits comes in. It's about breaking down those massive aspirations into incredibly tiny, almost ridiculously small actions.
Exactly. A micro habit is a tiny behavior you add to your daily routine that requires almost no motivation. It's so small that you can't say no to it. The idea isn't to achieve the big goal immediately, but to build consistency and momentum. For example, if your goal is to read more, a micro habit isn't read a chapter every day. It's read one sentence every day. So small it feels silly, right?
Right. Read one sentence. Who can't do that? And that's the point. It removes the resistance. My fitness goal, for instance, used to be work out for an hour every day. It felt impossible. My micro habit became do one push-up every morning. Just one. Sounds ridiculous, but it completely changed the game. Most days, after that one push-up, I'd think, well, I'm already down here, might as well do 5 more, and suddenly I was doing a full set.
That's exactly how it works. The real win isn't the single push-up or the single sentence. It's showing up. It's building the identity of someone who reads every day or works out every day. The motivation comes after you start, not before. So let's dive into some practical examples. For our English learning audience, what's a great micro habit to start with?
For English learning, instead of study for an hour, a micro habit could be listen to 1 minute of an English podcast. Just 60 seconds. Everyone has 60 seconds. You could do it while boiling water for tea or waiting for a bus. That consistent exposure, however brief, builds incredible momentum over time for your English listening practice.
I love that. Or for English vocabulary, instead of memorize 20 new words, it could be look up one new English word you hear today. Just one. Write it down. Say it out loud. It's so small it barely registers as effort, but it builds that habit of active listening and expansion of your English skills.
And for English speaking practice, instead of having a 30-minute conversation, try say one English phrase out loud to yourself. Could be, good morning, or how's the weather? Anything. Just articulate one phrase. It trains your mouth and brain to produce English language sounds without the pressure.
These are brilliant because they're so low barrier. They tackle that initial inertia. It's about winning the small battle of simply starting. And once you start, often you'll do more. If you're finding these practical English tips helpful for your self-improvement, please like this video. Your likes help us reach more people eager to improve English with simple, realistic methods.
Another crucial aspect of microhabits is linking them to existing habits. This is often called habit stacking. You attach a new microhabit to something you already do automatically every day. For example, if you always brush your teeth, you can add a micro habit right after.
That's very smart. So, for instance, if your goal is daily English exposure, after I brush my teeth in the morning, I will listen to 1 minute of an English news report. It's immediately associated with something you don't even think about doing. It becomes part of a chain.
Exactly. The prompt for the new behavior is built into your existing routine. Or if you want to practice English grammar, after I finish my first cup of coffee or tea, I will review one English grammar rule for 30 seconds. Just 30 seconds. That consistent micro review builds strong foundations.
Fantastic. It removes the need for willpower. The cue is already there. Another great microhabit is related to English comprehension. Instead of read an entire article, try read the first paragraph of an English article online. Often, once you're in it, You'll read more, but the pressure is only for that first paragraph.
Or for English pronunciation, when I turn on my computer, I will say 3 common English words, focusing on their pronunciation. Words like world, thorough, rural. Pick ones you struggle with. Just 3 words, but done daily, you'll see massive improvement. It's about consistent, tiny effort.
And what about conversational English? For shy learners, starting a full English conversation can be daunting. A micro habit could be, before leaving the house, I will think of one simple English phrase I might use today. Just think about it, even if you don't use it. It primes your brain for English speaking practice and makes you more aware of opportunities.
That's a great warm-up for your brain. It creates readiness. And the beauty of micro habits is that they lead to real, tangible change. It's not just motivational talk. These are simple, logical methods that provide results. They build self-belief and a sense of accomplishment. If you're feeling inspired by these ideas to change your mindset and improve your life, make sure to subscribe to the MA English channel. We're here to help you on your journey.
Yes, subscribe. Every subscription helps us share these valuable life tips in English with more learners. So, Ben, we've talked about what microhabits are and how to stack them. What are some common pitfalls people encounter and how can they overcome them?
A big pitfall is trying to do too much too soon. You start with 1 push-up, then you feel great, and suddenly you're trying to do 50. Then you miss a day, get discouraged, and then stop completely. The key is to keep the micro habit ridiculously small, even when you feel like doing more. The goal is consistency over intensity in the beginning.
That's so true. Don't increase the habit until you've consistently performed the micro habit for several weeks. Another pitfall is forgetting. We're all busy. This is where habit stacking really shines, but also setting reminders. Maybe a sticky note or an alarm on your phone for that initial week or 2 just to cement the new behavior.
Good point on reminders. And also, don't beat yourself up if you miss a day. A missed day is just a missed day. It doesn't mean you failed completely. Just get back on track the next day. The rule is never miss twice. If you miss one day, make sure you don't miss the next. This helps maintain the consistency that's vital for growth habits.
Never miss twice. That's a powerful principle for personal development. And it really reinforces the idea that it's about progress, not perfection. This whole concept of micro habits is fundamentally about how to improve incrementally. It's a pragmatic approach to language learning podcast content and personal goals. It's real-life English practice you can apply immediately.
Exactly. It means anyone, regardless of their current English skills or their schedule, can start making progress. Even if you're a beginner English learner with only 5 minutes a day, you can implement several micro habits for English comprehension, English grammar, or accent reduction. It's about finding those tiny entry points for daily English engagement.
And it builds genuine self-belief. When you consistently perform these tiny actions, you start to trust yourself more. You see that you can make progress, and that motivation grows. It leads to feeling more empowered and in control of your English language journey. These tiny changes truly change everything.
They really do. It's not just about what you achieve, but who you become in the process. The person who consistently practices, even for a minute, is ultimately the one who achieves English fluency.
Well said, Ben. This has been a super practical and empowering discussion. We hope these micro habits that change everything give you a great starting point for your own goals, big or small.
Indeed. Thanks for joining us today at the MA English Cafe.
Yes, thank you, friends. And tell us in the comments, what's one micro habit you're going to start today for your English learning or personal growth? We'd love to hear your tiny steps to big changes.